within Nigeria and around the world. This is Smart Mado Ajaja, the convener of Open Nigeria and Africa Unite, and the anchor of Nigeria Now at ONN and the Nightingale Radio International from Houston, Texas, United States of America. Yes, we're on for something very big today, as usual. So I hope once you start receiving this notification, you'll be joining us from wherever you are on the surface of Mother Earth. We have uh, today in our studio a very, very eminent Nigerian personality and um, an artist, an activist, a woman organizer, an advocate for women and youth, a great Nigerian. And that person is no other person than Aju Elumelu, the president of the Aju Elumelu Media Organization here based in the United States of America, and also the chairperson of the Aju Morgan Elumelu Foundation. And we are delighted to have her here. So, without wasting a lot of time, I'm going to bring her on to join us here in our from Atlanta, where she lives, and I am operating from Houston, Texas. So we can share a lot about the Aju Morgan Elumelu Foundation and the many other things that defines this incredible woman. It's my pleasure to introduce uh, Aju Elumelu to the to our audience, our global audience, and with special reference to those tuning in from Nigeria and Africa. So, welcome to the show, and it is here at ONN and the Nightingale Radio International. It's a pleasure being here as always, and we can get started now. Please, as you join, please, this is a very, very important thing because something huge is about to happen in Nigeria, and especially as affects women and gender repression in Nigeria. And this is a huge champion that if you're a Nigerian woman right now listening to me, you must drop whatever you are doing and bring your fellow women folk to listen to this incredible woman of our time. Ajo, I hope you are here in the studio. Now you can join us now and let's get this whole thing started. Thank you. And the world is waiting to hear from you. Hello, are you here with us? Because people are beginning to stream in. I hope we are not having something, any kind of technical difficulty. Everything seems right here. So we are waiting to get you here in our studio. And we are waiting, and seriously waiting for you. Let me see. I don't know if there's something. Ambassador Ajo, where are you? Are you hearing me? Are you having difficulty accessing here with the link? We need to know, please, so that we can get started. Hey, Mimi the boys, how are you? Nice to see you again this morning. Yeah, we are up for something big here on YouTube, on Facebook, and those who are listening from uh, Facebook, you may not be able to see Ajo. You are here. Are you having difficulty? Yes, we learned she's having difficulty. What difficulty are you having? Maybe get out of the studio and get back in it. Let's see if that works. Hey, Mimi. Hi, hello. How are you? Olagbemi Atolaye from Facebook. Thank you very much for joining. Please help us share this broadcast. It's something huge, something very big. something very, very important. So our guest is having a little difficulty joining us. I'm hoping that we're able to resolve that as quickly as possible so we can get rolling. But in the meantime, you know what we do. We talk about situations happening in Nigeria, Africa, and around the world. Yes. During the week, we did talk about so much about the United States and what is unfolding here that is impacting the whole world. So today we are going to focus on a movement in Nigeria, championed by a Nigerian here who lives here, a die-hard Nigerian diaspora who lives here, joining us to talk about women folk and her new foundation and what she plans to do with it. We are waiting for her to join us in our studio here in Houston. So I'm hoping that um, which of the one that the phone line that I've been using to communicate with you, that's the one. The phone line, I guess, the one that you are sending me this message from. So that is the one. I don't know. Let's see. Hmm. Maybe perhaps you are able to join me from there. If you can go to my Facebook, Ambassador Aju. If you can go to my real Facebook, my personal Facebook account. I just shared the link from there. So click on that link and see if you can join from there. I think it makes it a lot easier. Yeah. So we are waiting, and I hope all of you are having a great weekend. My fans coming on from Facebook and YouTube. How is your weekend going? What happened yesterday? How did you celebrate Valentine? I hope you had a swell time. Yes, yes, yes. I had a great time. Really, it was such an awesome day. I mean, I never have been big on celebrating Valentine, but something happened yesterday, and it was fun. Yes, yes. The link you see on my Facebook is just for you to be able to be part of the conversation. Yeah, you can speak to join as a guest there. So click on that link. That will take you. It's supposed to be for you specifically, but since I think you are having trouble, accessing the link from the WhatsApp. I don't know why. That was why I shared that on my Facebook account. So if you click on that link, you can still do the same thing you will do from the link that I had sent you yesterday. So click on the link and let's see how it goes. Yes, from your phone right now, if you go to your Facebook account, just focus on my account. I shared that link on my Facebook. The link that can take you straight to the studio. So use that link from the phone that you are right now and then log in. You should be able to get to me. You should be able to get into the studio. Yes, I hope everybody is doing well while we wait for her. And uh, the Aju Elumelu Foundation is something great that is, geared towards doing a lot of things, including um, being a part of a movement to ensure that the 35%, 35% women representation and political representation that the United Nations put as an action plan, is well implemented in Nigeria. We are from Nigeria, where the males dominate everything, even if they have done such a very bad job destroying our country for 64, going to 65 years. So we need to hear a different perspective. We want to see leadership from the angle of women. Maybe perhaps that will be something that will save our country. Yes, and that is exactly what Aju, uh, Ambassador Aju Elumelu is representing and championing for the people of Nigeria, the women folk in Nigeria. The women are so repressed in Nigeria. Males dominate everything. And from what we have seen, the way our country has been run down, uh, they have done a very bad job. I'm a man, but sadly, political leadership in Nigeria never gets into the hands of the right people. It goes into the hands of criminals and who turn themselves into puppets. Special thanks to President Donald Trump for freezing and hopefully ending for the U.S. aid that has been used so badly to destroy Africa and especially Nigeria. It's a fund that terrorists in Nigeria will hijack to fund terrorism in Nigeria, and the people are left with nothing. And all those aids that they send to Nigeria flow into the north of Nigeria, the hotbed of Islamic terrorism in Nigeria. So I don't understand why they are giving them so much aid and they are using it to destroy Nigeria. So thank you, Donald Trump, for ending that nonsense. That is one very good thing that I love that you had done. So we are very happy that that has been taken care of. I hope it will be something permanent. Africa does not need aid from anybody. We don't need aid. The aid has made us so lazy and made corrupt criminals as leaders. Now, without aid, they are exposed. Now, the people will be able to hold them roundly and squarely accountable for their misdeeds and their abuse of power. So we are all doing this while we are waiting for Ambassador Aju um, to be part of this. To be part of this, let me see what's going on. Actually, let me see. I don't know why this is happening. Let me see. Please bear with us while we are waiting for her. Let me see. Hi. Hello? We are switching accounts. I have 7 accounts, 7 Google accounts. I don't know which one you brought me on. Can you hear me? Yeah, I'm hearing you loud and clear. I brought you on the phone line that I've been chatting with you for some time, all this while. Even to this minute. Yeah, that was where I sent the information. I don't know. You are the only one who will know the account that you use. No, because I'm having to switch. We do political posts. I do this, I do that, and I have my IT person with me. Yes. Just moving along and trying to switch it. Let me continue to switch and see which one. Okay. Did you see the link I sent to you on my Facebook account? Because your Facebook or my email or my WhatsApp or your Facebook. On my Facebook, just go to my Facebook, my personal Facebook account, Lion Mado Ajaja. Go and click on that link. It's there. If you click on that link, you'll be able to come to the studio. Okay, let me see. Please. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. Hold on. Lion. Yeah. Oh, Mad. Hold on. I don't see a link. Hold on. Is this? Okay. Let me. It's live right there. Yes. Okay. Yes. Use that one. Right. Okay. All right. What do I do now? Yes, a little technical difficulty there. We are facing from. All right. We apologize for this. I'm hoping that we will fix it, and I guess here she is right now. Okay, let pour her in. All right, all right, all right,
Finally.
all right. Finally, people are okay. All right, um, viewers, listeners from Nigeria, across Africa, and around the world. Our special apologies. We had a
Special
technical
apology.
difficulty, and Ambassador Aju Elumelu
Hi.
is here. So, without wasting a lot of time, Ambassador Aju, please briefly introduce yourself to our audience.
Oh, okay. First of all, I just want to apologize. I was here like 30 minutes ahead of time, and now I'm late. I don't like being late to nothing. But from the bottom of my heart, I want to say I am sorry. Um, who is Aju? Aju Elumelu used to be from Delta State and Delta Evil, the Evil speaking part of the Delta State, on Cholona to be precise for those who know the area. Um, I used to be an international artist. Mr. Smart Madu put artist. I don't sing no more. I used to be an international artist. I'm based in Atlanta, Georgia. And I have been many things. My daddy taught me to make sure that I have several plan Bs in life. If you don't have plan Bs, you're going to get stuck. So I worked for corporate America. I am also a nurse. Although Mr. Smart doesn't know this. I don't practice anymore, but I make sure that my exams are current, my paperwork is current. You never know, is that plan B that you have tucked away somewhere? Um, I own Aju Global Media in Nigeria, uh, and then I own the Aju Morgan Illumilu Foundation. Both in Nigeria, the foundation I started 16 years ago in Nigeria when I started actually coming into Nigeria in earnest. Um, I also have a Jew Morgan Illumila Foundation here in America. Uh, it has 501c3 status, tax free foundation. And at the risk of just continue on, I have, when I was younger, I have done it all, both the less job to the, to highest jobs. I have eaten with presidents of the world, mayoral governors, you name it, Archbishop Desmond Tutu, and all of that. But I choose to be with those who are suffering because that's where my attention is. Those have nots, those who need us, those who need to be close to folks who they look at as role models, but they don't have access to. Everybody has access to me, and that's the long and short of it. And that's what has brought us here, the Aju Morgan Illumelu Foundation.
Welcome to ONN and the Nigeria Now program. It is a pleasure having you here. Uh, quickly, now, the Ajo Morgan Elumelu Foundation. What inspired it?
Um, Remember, I told you when I actually started uh, coming to Nigeria was when I saw what was going on with our people. And I knew uh, then my husband used to say that all the job that I did was to send money to Nigeria. And I was lucky enough not to be inundated with all kinds of financial responsibilities in the household that I didn't need to pay all kinds of bills. So what I did was I worked. to send money to the have-nots, to send money to those that are suffering, to send money to adopt kids, to send people to school, to just literally to do my philanthropic work. And I did that personally for a long time. Those who didn't have clothing, I had to make sure that they had clothing. Those who didn't have school fees, those who needed to get somewhere, like the young children who couldn't be at school. And so I spent time here in America just being inundated with all kinds of financial responsibility. And I just said to myself, why not? The question was, why not? Why don't I just start a foundation and see, can I do a better work at serving these people? And that's how I started. So it has been 16 years right now.
Wow, 16 years.
16
Now,
years.
wow. So that's been quite a bit of time. And along the line, can you say one thing that is striking about your experience doing this with the have-nots in Nigeria?
What is striking truly was Morgan Ilumelu, my father. I remember. Okay, I'll start from my origin. I come from a good background, and um, no matter what we did, the status that my father had or we had, my father had a way of making sure that we're humbled. It started with going through the streets of Ikoyi then, and cleaning out the streets, and going to the prisons and cleaning after the prisons. He will do that to us. And my daddy would always give you a shirt. He had extra shirts in the car, and he made sure at times he comes back with an undershirt because he's giving it somewhere. So, we saw this. It's not just me, my siblings. My father taught us uh, how to really take care of the have nots. And that's why even when I grew up, I held on to um, what I was taught. I never deviated from them. And a lot of folks in Nigeria, when I'm in Nigeria, I hear them speak about me saying I am Mumu, because when I see someone, I start doing stuff on the road. I just try to make sure that I take care of it instantly, and then you hear someone say, "Oh, this woman is Mumu," and but they don't know. I'll give you an example. One time, I went somewhere to do my hair, and I just saw a guy staring at food, staring at drinks, staring at chin chin. And I just looked at him, and I just said, "Do you want it?" He said, "Yes." As soon as he took the chin chin, he tore it like, voraciously, and he just dumped it in his mouth. Coca-Cola, and I said, "Do you want these? Take what you want," and all of that. And then some folks were saying, "Oh, this lady doesn't know that um, that in Nigeria, folks will uh, will play with you." You know what? What I think to myself, I would rather do the work of God than listen to that. I would rather not go up there and hear God ask me, "You saw someone hungry and you didn't give them." So I'd rather be the moo. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather be that than take the chance of leaving that man hungry. And it is a big problem. My heart, the heart that God gave me, a lot of times, sometimes I question it, but right now I no longer do. I just realized a long time ago now that I was actually brought on earth to serve, to take care of folks. And folks, it's not enough to give money. It's not enough. And folks think, okay, let me write that check and walk away. That pat in the back, that's sitting. I will go to, I have been to ID camp on January 1st, one of the few times I spent Christmas in Nigeria. And up to January 1st. And I went to the IDP camp and I stayed there for the whole day. I just wanted to, be with some people. And that's what makes sense to me. That's really what makes sense to me.
Wow, wow. Now, along the line of service, from the way you speak, somebody else sent me a message asking, what is your relationship with the United States? He was asking, were you born here? Because you are not speaking like a typical Nigerian, like I am speaking right here.
I have been told a lot of, I'm not going to answer that. I had a discussion with you this morning
Yes.
where they said everyone is happy. Oh, they're going to ship citizens to Nigeria and all of that. Newsflash. uh, Trump cannot ship you if you're a citizen, cannot, born here, not born here, you cannot be shipped anywhere except you're really bad to your country and you're outside your country and you commit a crime against your country. That's the only way, whether you're born here or not. But uh, I'm just gonna cruise by that question. I am Nigerian. I am a Nigerian. Take it or leave it. I have that dual citizen. I can keep my Nigerian passport and my American passport.
Great, great answer. Thank you very much. Now, moving forward, where do you plan to go with the Aju Elumelu Foundation?
Hmm. You know, Aju Elumelu Foundation really caters for the youth, women, and children. And I have gone a long way just trying to do this myself. So I am trying to find resources. Last month alone, I sent 150 applications across the world. And as you all see what's going on right now, money is tight. All those agencies that catering for international poor people. There's a news right now that everything is at a standstill. And if you were to ask me what I want to do, I will make sure that I continue on my trajectory to take care of these same women, their health, their poverty. If you guys don't understand, we all have mothers. We all have mothers. What women go through is a lot. It's a lot, and it's women that get abandoned with the kids, and they have no choice. It's women that is widowed. When a woman is widowed, they have kids to take care of. So we have so many women that are in trouble. And then we have the girls that are, doing all kinds of things to maintain what is going on in their lives. And then we have the young men. And what we're doing is, like I said, I am not, a lot of times I'm in my room saying to God, open the door. God, help me. God help me. If you sent me to go take care of folks, you better be sending me with the resources to take care of folks. And I'm just going to say this, Dr. Smart. It takes a little to satisfy me. I don't have to. I believe that, I am from God Almighty has brought me here. I can only sleep on one bed. I can only drive a car at a time. I can only do that. But anything that, and up until now, I have been taking care of myself. So, having a nonprofit organization is truly to take care of our brothers and sisters that are down in their luck. And that's what I'm trying to do. If you think that you're watching up there and you think that you want to partner, you want to even be part of us, you want to sit with us and watch how your money is going, I would like that, to help us. And then in Nigeria, the peak spirit, I have been begging for those that have to really come to our aid, like the artists. The artists have so much right now. They have so much, and they're not going to run dry because what they are doing is good. um, uh, Overseas, all over the world, they're being recognized right now. During my time, it wasn't like that. You know, you have those, I would say, artists right now have it made. And we just want people that we can partner with right now so that we can go along with this foundation.
Thank you. Well, there's something I wanted to say. A lot of people call me doctor. You just repeated it.
Yeah.
I am not, I'm a nurse. Call me nurse smart. I'm very proud of that. So I am not a doctor. A lot of people say that. They even
I
ask me
know
when
you are a nurse, and I have seen several write ups of you being a doctor, but I do know that you're not a medical doctor. I thought maybe you have a
a
PhD
PhD.
in nursing
Okay.
or so. Yes. Uh huh.
Okay. None of that. My brother, my oldest brother, and my youngest brother are PhDs. So I
It's
think
rubbing off of you.
it's rubbing off of me.
That's
And
what it is.
I deal with a lot of intellectuals. It has always been like that for me. Thank you very much. Now, one great question, one very critical question. I am Nigerian. You are Nigerian. And there's this thing. I was raised by a very good woman. And when you first called me, I nearly declined that call. But something compelled me, say, you must take this call. And I took that call. And from then, it's been like I have known you for ages.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, when you speak, it resonates with me, and the reason is because of the background that I came from, with a very strong, loving, and passionate woman who did so much for both the men and women folk in in her lifetime. So when you came across with this message of the Aju Elumelu Foundation and your passion for women with reference to what is taking place, the Millennium Goal and all that, that the 35%, 35%, you being the leader, the champion of the 35% for women in political leadership in Nigeria. That struck me seriously. And now I want to ask you a question. What you know, what I know about gender repression in Nigeria. What is your opinion on that?
Okay. During the 2023 election, I made a concerted effort to come do something for my country. I left my family here, and I was in Nigeria. I took part aggressively in politics, um, and it was then it was then that I was also an observer, um, and I was on the road like crazy. I have had all kinds of danger in front of me. Uh, I remember at TBS, I was being stampeded. It's always been a problem for me. The crowd thing, I don't do very well. And my fears were realized when, there was this stampede. I had to be rushed. And all of that throughout all my experiences on the road. I was there for about a year and I was aggressive. I have a company called Aju Global Media. It was my media that I used to back that political party. And I was tenacious 24 hours a day, still churning out information. Trying to make sure that uh, I cover the news in real time. I cover everything the real time. I had a voice. If I see red, I call it red, and blue, blue. And it was then during this period I saw poverty. I saw women just walking all over it was more women on the campaign trail, more women, grassroots. I'm not talking the educated ones were probably, in their offices and probably on Twitter or doing work, but the grassroots women were there. And then, they come in with no food, with no water, and you see them pitching right, that taking rights from people. You see them begging for food to eat, saying, "I don't have money. Can you give me something to eat?" Or water, ordinary water. And these women were there, tenacious, fought the fight, just like I did too. I fought the fight alongside them. But guess what? At the end, after election, all the women were relegated to the background. I was stunned. I was stunned. Um, I couldn't believe it. And I was told that this is what happens, election in, election out, that all the choices, positions now go to men. And then the women will go back to where they came from. And then when it comes next election, the women also are going to be leered and I want everybody watching right now and think about that woman as your mother. The women, they're all there suffering. I'm going to tell you this. I have a show called the Nigerian Political Pulse Check on X. Yes, from here. I'm doing all of that because I'm not just going to start complaining about Nigeria without doing something. I have had you on my show.
Yes.
Whenever I have people, I have thousands on X. I have had 30,000 people come at the same time. I have had 7,000. I have had 5,000. I have had all that. And if you want to doubt it, just go on the Nigerian Political Pulse Check and go see out there. And I say that. I say it on there that women. I had a lady there not quite long, maybe about a month before last, and she is actually one of the folks that receive money from here and there, grants, donations, money from rich folks to disperse and all of that. And that was when I heard her say 3% of all the grants, donations, loans coming into Nigeria only goes to women. Can you believe that?
It's unbelievable.
It's unbelievable. And in all aspects of life, we're really shortchanged in Nigeria. Sometimes I'm asking, is the Nigerian government, do, do they not have shame at the way women are treated? Women constitute either half or almost half percent of Nigerian population. Yet, let me just drop this for those who don't know. 109 people, senators, are men, and out of that, only four, one, two, three, four, are women. Only four, my God. And the House of Rep, 360 members, only 16 are women. We're not good enough. Nigerian women are known all over the world, are respected for our brains, that they are tenacious. And yet in our country, you guys think about this. 50% of brains of a nation, whatever it is that we have that can build our nation, is trashed. I remember some folks fighting about this. And some of these lawmakers had the opportunity then to just, should I say, create some spots for women. They refuse. And I'm going to give you the reason why this persists. What we can help, we should help. It is easy to point fingers for real at these male dominant folks in both Senate and House of Rep. But we are culpable. First of all, the cultural barriers. Oh, women, they should go to Ziaza room, you know?
I hear you.
To go take care of their husbands. They should, and I said to myself, my father will crawl in his grave to know that all the training he gave me in life, that I just end up in the other room. Cultural barriers. The fact that something is a culture does not make it always right. And that is the truth. There are some of our cultures that we need to do without, and some that we need to keep. Things are changing. Second of all, women are impoverished. We have no money to run for government. The men have money. They can always go into the bank, to the banks, to friends, to rich people, and get money. Another one is lack of mentorship. You know, mentors will look at you and say, "No, I would like to, I would like to mentor a man." No, women, this is not your place. And then another doozy. Let me drop that bomb. Our greatest problem, women's greatest problems are women.
Absolutely.
Wickedness in high places. If I don't go there, you're not going to go. That is why you saw that lady that was running for governorship in the North, the aspirant. She did not receive one vote from anybody. Yet that place was packed with women. Anytime you're on a platform belonging to women, they'll just want to tear you down. They don't even like the way you look. You see, if you don't elevate me, if you don't accept me, don't tear me down. Don't hurt me. Don't tear me down because I am someone created by the Almighty God. You cannot, someone that God has elevated, you cannot bring them down. The universe will judge you. And as you try to tear someone down, you're not going anywhere either. And that's why, you know, women, we are in trouble in Nigeria. We are in deep crap, and our children count on us. Our grandkids count on us. Our nieces count on us. Aunts and men. See, every time I speak to Smart, Aju, I'm going to call you back. I'm taking my daughter's this. Oh, my daughter is this. I'm going to do this to my daughter. Oh, my daughter is that. And I said, oh, this guy acts like my father. Can you imagine this man has so much dream for his children? Only, they say, come back to Nigeria. Only for you to go to Nigeria. And you're told that you're not good enough. Someone said something that resonated. Oh, how about women we have already given a chance? Oh, who are you to say that you give me a chance? I have the same right that you have. I am human like you. I am a woman, but I am human. And Nigeria belongs to all of us. You don't have a right to say that you're giving me something that has to do with my country. Who the heck are you? We all have that equal footing when it comes to our natural resources and everything that God gave us in Nigeria. But to take away women from positions of leadership, both elected and appointed offices, is criminal. In 2006, United Nations signed a paper. Nigeria was part of the signatory of that 35% derivative. We're not even saying 50%. We're saying 35. 35. So just let me just say this. You bring in, this is just a bulk figure, bring in 10 tables, put 10 senators, and then, okay, and put the one female senator. Out of that 10 table, only 4 is going to have a woman. 10 tables of 10 people each, only one. Do you know how that makes us feel? I remember when I used to go to school here in America. I've always been the only, because of the things that I study, I've always been the only token black, sometimes out of 35. It is not a good feeling. It is not a good feeling. And then that young man who mentioned, oh, we have already given you guys a chance. Just see the women we put in. Those women we put in, they're bad, they're this. What was the criteria of those women that you put in? What is the criteria? The criteria for women for 35 that I'm asking for, women of capacity, women of integrity, women that will practice transparency, accountability, that will participate in the lives of the Nigerian poor. Can you imagine how life is going to be if all the monies given to our senators and our House of Rep members, if all that monies are used for what is they're intended to?
Awesome.
Nigeria, there will be no poor Nigeria in Nigeria. Nigerians are suffering. They're in trouble. Do you know what it is? And I always think about that to the point that I'm beginning to sleep. I'm beginning to, when I want to sleep, I cry to bed because I know in the morning, Nigerian morning, there'll be someone thinking of, let me use the Nigerian word, is it buying themselves? Is that it? Is it buying themselves?
I hear that by.
Whenever I come to Nigeria, I'm on the radio, 13 states. One time I was coming out, someone told me they were going to buy themselves, and I just stopped on the road to talk them down because you can't miss that. I have 6 certification in suicide prevention, and I still get those calls here. And as soon as I get that call, I stop it. Because when someone say they're going to buy themselves, Nine times out of 10, they're going to do it. They're crying out to you.
Yeah.
And if there's anything you can do to talk them down, even if it's a token, even if it's help, even if it's direction to where they can get help, you got to be available. And, just being here is torture. And my family knows that, and not being able to help um, as many people as come to you. At times I just ask God, why did you create me? Why this noose on my neck? And that's why I've been telling God, you better find me a way to help your people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know. So that is that's the long and short of that.
Okay, thank you very much. Hey, listeners from Nigeria, across Africa, and around the world, you've been listening to Ambassador Aju Elumelu, the founder of the Aju Morgan Elumelu Foundation. She is a woman of so many things. There is Texas Tornado. You said, I love Nigerian music. Yeah, Nigeria has some great. And another one says, hello from Texas. Why is it that the male folk in Nigeria are refusing to share power? Maybe you address a little bit of that. Not, even though you have said a great deal of it. That's from Wendy Burton.
Yeah, the male folk in Nigeria knows, and that is the it, because I have sat in the darkness of my room, and I have said to myself, why are you refusing 50% of the assets, mental asset you have in your country? Why are you refusing to share power? And their guess is as good as mine, and I'm gonna tell you what I think. I might be wrong. A lot of these men don't want to account. And women, can you imagine me being in a place where I'm going to be corrupt or soil my hand? I am going to resist. And that's part of it. A lot of times, women, either through being scared or we think about our children, think about all the consequences surrounding what you're going to do. Women are going to say no. You saw the women, there's someone talking about the women that got in trouble, not doing the right thing. But how about the thousands of women who do the right thing? And then the transparency. A lot of these people don't want to be transparent, as you can see. Or you bring a program that I see it's not going to do well for our children, for Nigeria. I will resist it. So it's I, and also the power play thing, and the fact that some people, that mentality, the cultural barriers, that mentality that women, we're not, we should not be in the public eye, that women should be in the kitchen,
In the kitchen.
you know, and then the other room, evidenced by what our former president said. So that's what, and I stand corrected though. I wish that, from this dialoguing today, that someone, but you're going to help me ask some of your viewers, help me ask them why they think that men don't want women's participation in government or elective or appointed position.
I think from my own view as a man and somebody raised in a very balanced environment, I share in your argument in that the African culture um, gives so much power to men that they now abuse. This generation of males who truly do not have a good understanding, deep understanding of the African tradition. They pick and choose the ones that they can use to oppress, repress, and exploit the people. And in this case, women. So your argument, uh, I don't care what anybody says. I am biased in that because your argument holds true to the truth about what I believe is the case. Taking cognizance from the environment that I came out from and my deep knowledge of the African tradition. And I believe that this is one thing that must change for us to get to our Eldorado. We are so far away from it. And looking at the disaster Africa has become in the hands of mostly males. And I don't know if there's any better time to call for an all inclusive. In fact, maybe handing over 50% of the leadership positions in Africa to women. I would think that they would do a greater job than we have seen.
When I
Ye-
went to Rwanda to start my business, I was stunned. I was Rwanda. I was so stunned. I was shocked. Every parastatal that I saw was headed, and then when I said, "Okay, who is the this?" and then a young girl comes up, headed by women under 30, and you see the ease of doing business. It's so amazing. But I do know that women will make sure that some of all the questionable practices in government will be done, will be gone, will be a thing of past. But they don't want to give women the chance to at least uh, participate in leadership positions, in appointed positions, in elected positions. And you know what upsets me about that is because it's a vicious circle. Look at all our girls, and I have eyes in the girls, and it's not just women. We have these girls also that will join us in this movement, these young people, you know, um, so that from the jump, they already know that there's people, there's somebody, and they have the right to elected offices and appointed offices and leadership positions and all of that. But if you see what is going on right now, it looks like Nigerian banks are getting it because they're beginning to bring women. Women, I'm seeing so many women are heading the banks right now, and I'm keeping my eyes on that to see how it all gonna pan out. And so far so good.
Yes, talking about women involvement with the leadership in the banking sector. I have a question for you. I don't know how much you know about how women are being traded as commodities by banks in the name of getting customers for them. They give them very high targets to meet, and that puts them under pressure and to do the wrong thing a lot of times. I felt so bad some 4 or 5 years ago when I went to Nigeria. What I personally experienced, I felt sad being the father of two very beautiful children, whom I teach values every day about how to hold themselves as women. I felt so sad that that is happening in Nigeria, and I think that uh, ought to be a national emergency that the members of the National Assembly should address with dispatch. What is your opinion about a way out of this?
There are several things the National Assembly you would expect them to have addressed right now. And I'm going to start with that bank thing. Um, I have heard stories where you have to put out or you don't get their money. And I have equally heard that some of these men have used that as a praying. Um, um, what they do, what they do. I heard. I don't know, but I have seen uh, that if they put their money in your account after um, having what they wanted to have with your body, when another person comes from another bank, they will take that money. So they use that continuously. And I don't understand why a bank should give, and it's always women in that position most of the
Yes.
time,
Yes.
because they think that women look good. And if you look at the bankers, they all look, a lot of them look good, you know. But Aju Morgan Elumelu took me somewhere where I went to do a presentation, and I met with someone with very great resources. He said that yes, they can do it. Their company can do it. I went. I was there for about 1 hour after my presentation, and then two female bankers came. I could not believe it. I mean, what did I mean? It was horrible. The level of decadence of conversation that came out. I could not believe it was the same man that I spoke to for about an hour, who treated me with respect, talked down at these women, asked them to come into his room, and did what he had to, just, I guess, whatever it was. And then he came back in and said something. He said, I will never ask this lady what I asked for both of you. I was so offended because they have no say so. They, some of these women, they could be married and you treat them with such disrespect. They're people's children. And that's why I believe that what's going on is intentional. Now, another thing that I was going to talk about, I'm just going to pitch that in something I thought that the House of Rep members and the senator should put a state of emergency right now in Nigeria on how young girls are being fired.
Yes.
You know me with my media company. In one day, there's hardly a day a young Nigerian girl is not fired for, is it ritual? And then you look at what's going on. Who are those doing it? Why are they men in the helm of affairs? Why are they refusing to make laws, enact laws that has to do with buying of girls? Because it's an emergency. It is very rough to be a woman in Nigeria. Other countries are not going through this. Other African countries are not going through this. I have been to all kinds of East Africa. The respect for women in business, in politics, very high. But Nigerian girls are just being wasted. Their lives. I don't understand it. And one of the ways you can help is by educating them. Who is going to educate them? Who is going to bring the money? Education takes money. So we're in trouble. At times, I just want to walk away from this. I'm not going to lie. Just walk away from Nigeria. Just walk away and say bye bye. But even if it's one person or two I save, I'm going to stay on. When I say save, help, you know, uplift is better than walking away.
Sad situation.
Very
Now,
sad.
you've said all this. Um, you have a great vision. for the Aju Elumelu Foundation. And from what I gathered from a lot of things that you've spoken, the importance of education, um, especially of a lot of damage has been done, but we're talking about going forward. So much is going on around young girls. That is the worst one now, that the trafficking of girls outside Nigeria. Some as young as 13, 14. I saw a situation that made me cry in India. My youngest daughter, I don't even know, she's just there. She doesn't know a bit. I imagine her being taken away from me, and then I hear that she's in India, she's in
Uh,
Italy at the age she is. And but this is happening, and nobody is doing anything about it. What do you do your best? You know, like I told you, Open Nigeria is going to be lining with you to fight along with you to see how much we can do to remove our young girls from this trap that they are in. You know, a lot of them don't understand the consequences because of the desperation to make life. You know, and these things are happening. What strategic plan do you have? You know, for your foundation to begin to address some of these issues?
if you go on Facebook right now, just go. This week alone, how many girls I have posted there with their faces and with the men responsible? Is that Nigeria has, um, quote unquote, um, Nigeria has an organization. I think is
Naido?
no, no. It's out of Nigeria, out of the organization is out of. It was actually. I just don't want to give credit to anyone, but it was actually the wife of. I interviewed her sometime of a president, vice president that started it, and then it was handed over to the government, and they're supposed to be doing this, but this is massive. A lot of money should be dedicated to trying to bring back these girls. I got a call from Egypt, a young girl that I met when I came to Nigeria. She was in so much hurry to go to America to travel out, and then she finally went to a country in uh, in North Africa.
Libya?
No, Egypt.
Okay, all right.
And those that took her there um, milked them. They don't tell you what they're going to do. I had to talk to them directly, and I told them that I will blow their identities sky high, that I will use them. For example, I spoke to them, give her back, because they had her passport. And this girl is so smart, so sharp, that she wanted to repay the money that brought her to Egypt, but they didn't want that. So you have to pay like three, four, five times the amount. But I'm happy to tell you that through a lot of dialoguing, she has gotten her passport. So, but unfortunately for her visa expired over there. So now, once you know it, once your visa expires in a country, you cannot to come out, go back to your country. You might never be allowed there. So right now, she has a status that she can literally work for herself, which is what she's doing now, and she's making money. She is one of the success stories. But those other folks, they do. I recently watched a movie that had to do with, um, you know, these young girls. And a lot of times, some of their girlfriends would do that to them. Some of their girlfriends would take them and pretend and just get paid and drop these girls. And that's why, girls, if you're watching me right now, don't ever trust any girlfriend. Don't ever. It's better uh, trust any girlfriend when you're told to, okay, go with me somewhere. Don't do it. Don't do it. And if you do go, don't go to people's house. Yesterday, I put on my Facebook 2 days ago, don't go with any, don't go to a man's house. Meet them at a public place. Watch the girlfriend that you go with. Don't drink. I have never tried alcohol in my life. It's part of my father's teaching because they'll get you there. They will get you through alcohol, through any drink, not even the water. If I go, you give me water, even water can be injected. So I always go with my water wherever I want to go because I love water. I just have it under my don't don't ever drop your bottle of water anywhere. Once you drop it and you go like this, don't drink it again. Once you turn your back or turn your face, folks are wicked right now. The quest for money in Nigeria, I have never seen anything like that. The quest for money by
Yeah.
young people. You want money where you didn't work. You want to reap. Doesn't It's not um sustainable. It's not sustainable. The law of the universe will not let you because we're being watched by the Almighty. So the women, girls, girls, see that question, that angle is too massive. It's something a country should take on. And you have this lady who is in charge of diaspora. I don't want to call her name. I know, I know you won't waste time calling her name. You know, what are they doing? We're talking about diaspora, the ones they take overseas. How about the ones in the country? Is that not enough time for all our mothers to come together and say, you know what? No more killing of our children. But I'm going to tell you this though. You have some vigilantes, personal vigilantes, village, neighborhood vigilantes, and they don't take it kindly. They're watching out also for children. So something is wrong with the whole world, but Nigeria takes the icing.
It is.
Nigeria takes the cake, where life is meaningless right now.
Thank you. Now, we have talked about your foundation and all the work it is doing and what it intends to do. Hopefully, if we come to a clear understanding and the need for funding is there, which is very important. Now, you made mention of youth. I know that your mention of making mention of youth encompasses both the young and what about the boys? What programs do we have? Because I think they need some help because they are the ones who will grow into males who will carry on this obnoxious tradition of repressing and exploiting and disrespecting women. What programs? What do you have? Your nation have for them as a way of, bringing them to be responsible, sensitive, and humane young men of Nigeria who will become leaders of tomorrow, and with respect to what we have been talking about.
A lot of our male youths have They're so far gone, so far gone with the love for money and thinking that the only way they can make it is to take a life of a precious human being that you did not create. And the age is getting younger. 13-year-old, 16-year-old buying their ladies or someone. Those are national issues. That is a job for Minister of Youth and Culture. There should be there should be massive money to educate these people because anyone can be rehabilitated. If Boko Haram can be rehabilitated with our resources, Nigerian youth, the senators should help. I mean, the lawmakers budget. There should be a huge budget for youth rehabilitation. Nigerian men, young men, you see them battering women, beating up women. I think a lot of things our parents missed it. And you know why the parents missed it? Because it is now backward that the youth are those caring for their parents. So how do you correct someone? How do you correct someone who is feeding you? Then how? They're not even under your watch. Parents are not asking their children, who gave you this? They say, Mommy, I bought you a car. How? At 19, how? How did you get that money? So I don't even know. These young people's maltreat, some of them maltreat their parents. I saw yesterday on Facebook a young guy that was beaten up on his mother. When I say slap, a young guy slapping the mother while she was seated. She stood over him, or I mean, he stood over her and just was. So I said, they're far gone, but it
We can
is
save, we can
it
stop.
is
Yeah.
doable.
Yes.
We can rehabilitate them quick and soon
Absolutely.
and soon.
Yes.
But no one is speaking for this, and they are victims themselves,
They are victims. Yes.
victims of the society.
Okay, a little digression here. Somebody sent a message, and at first I considered it offensive, but I want us to address that. It's something from somebody, I think it's an African American young person who sent.
Okay.
I'm going to read the whole thing. I used to get angry before, but a lot of us need education in order for us to understand one another, in order to get along. Now, the thing she said was that Terry Harris. Hey, Terry, I hope you're listening because I
Mhm.
seriously, so we understand, and perhaps it will this the response will better improve our relationship. Now, he said, why when you come to America you don't associate Black America, men and women, but will put your hair store and your liquor store in our hoods? Don't worry first. Now, okay, let take that first, and then we'll take the follow up that she wrote. Yeah.
Hi, Terry. I am married to one of you, so don't make it a general thing. It's not everybody. I associate more. I mean, as you can see, I am in tune with my black people. If you say Nigerians in general, um, a lot of times some Nigerians are equally scared. And have you guys? I hear that a lot of African Americans don't accept us Nigerians. So it's more like it's not about hate. It's more like about misunderstanding. We don't understand each other, and we don't take out that time to uh, to communicate with each other.
Good.
What
Uh,
did he say? What did Terry say?
yeah, he said, okay, let me put this one. Okay, he said, do you know how that makes us feel? You know, we know about our African black sisters and brothers. So associate when you got we all can get things better here. So
I agree with you. Is that a man or a woman?
I don't know if she said, but
Terry? Did you say
yeah,
Terry?
Terry.
Okay,
Yeah,
Terry. I have
yeah.
a um. Okay. Terry. Um. If you look at what's going on in so many African countries, they have dropped the barriers, and coming now to those African countries, they're visa free. If you want to go to Kenya, if you want to go to Ghana, and I will say we were all lied to. And right now, the veil is off, and we're beginning to, So if you really want to go to an African country right now, you'll be the doors are open. And right now, we're beginning to understand ourselves more in America than we used to. And I would love that. I would truly, truly love that. And Nigerians are very nice people. They're very open people. My closest friends are African Americans for real here. So it's just that we have to change, or we have to speak to the issues and let people know that we are one, and we'll accept each other. So please uh, don't see it as personal, and just like you expect Nigerians to open their heart, I wish that you can do the same, and we'll make sure that it's intentional, so that we can truly get along with each other. Thanks, Terry. Can you ask Terry if he's a man or a woman?
Hey Terry, she wants to know. Our guest ambassador Aju Elumelu wants to know if you are a man or a woman. So please respond as quickly as possible if you are still on the stream right here. Yes. All right. So I hope with this you will have a better understanding that you have may have met some people that not everybody is right or wrong. An entire country cannot be bad. That is the mistake we make a lot of
Right.
times when we judge by generalizing that these people are that. Like one said, all Nigerians they are disgusting and they are all scammers. I know I'm not a scammer, and
Mhm.
change anybody up to President Trump. If he calls me a scammer, I'm going to tell him point blank, I am not a scammer because I know I'm not. I have a great history of being here for 30 years, never been involved in with any criminal activity. So when you generalize and call Nigerians bad names, yeah, you got me. I'm going to stand up, if I choose to, unless I want to ignore you because you are ignorant. Anyway, back to Nigeria, back to the Aju Morgan Elumelu Foundation. You've articulated what it is and what you made mention about one thing at the time you went to Nigeria, drive a political campaign process. Which party are you talking about?
um, I just want to first of all let you guys know that I have two um, programs that I'm running right now. They're nonpartisan, like the Nigerian Political Pulse Check on X. It's nonpartisan, but it's political. Anybody can come on. It's about our country. and then women for 35% non-political. I don't care which uh, political party affiliation that you have, it does not face me. Now, I'm going to be direct with your question.
Yes.
Um, I am in Labour Party. Like I said, I was in Nigeria for a year. Was tenacious in trying to make a change and fighting for good governance. The first time uh, I used my Aju Global Media, my media house. I used that because I needed something that would give me the leeway, something that will give me independence. Uh, so I wanted to use my own platform, which I did. I got noticed by Big Tent. Uh, I was made the Lagos State Media and Publicity Director for Big Tent, and I continued on working for Labour Party. Um, During the election, I became um, an observer, and equally, I try to make sure that I manage some of the units that we didn't have agents for. I was, basically roaming around, and that's when I told you that I saw women that are really going through changes when we were on the campaign trail. Uh, Women, I just don't want to say some of the things that I did, but I paid attention to women. After the election, morale was down, so down. I decided to start an empowerment program called Just Because We Were Involved.
Hmm.
Did all kinds of project with that, and then I decided to go back to America. After about a year, I was down. I was going back to America. I was totally empty because of what happened to us during the election. And when I got to America, I heard that I read in the paper, Mr. Aju, now the Labour Party uh, mo- uh, Directorate of Mobilization and Integration, Deputy Director Diaspora. I'm like, okay, there's a Mister. I didn't know there's another Elumelu in Labour Party because he said Mister. So, I thought nothing of it. And then started getting called from everybody. Oh, congratulations. I'm like, for what? You are now the new uh, deputy director for, Directorate of Mobilization and Integration, the ASPRA. And I was on that. I was opening other directorate all over the world, Spain, Ireland, this and that. And that's what I was doing. I got another call, another promotion. Um, so right now, I am the Labour Party Directorate of International and Diasporan Affairs. I am the secretary to the brand new directorate that takes care of everything Labour Party all over the world.
Wow.
So
Huge. Huge. Congratulations.
thanks. So that's where I am. But you know me, I am a workaholic and nothing stops me. And, at first I had to tell my principal, I have things that I'm doing for myself that is bipartisan. I don't care who, I just want to take care of women across board. If this is going to affect my projects, my non-partisan projects, I am not gonna to say, oh no, it's highly encouraged. Everybody sees that you're highly driven, and that's why I am still doing what I'm doing with the position that I have in Labour Party.
Great. A little bit
I
more.
was not going to talk about my political thing.
Okay. All
But
right. Now,
a lot
on a
of people,
general,
I make no excuses because if you really want to change things, you got to be in it to win it. You know, if you say you want good government, you're gonna have to fight for it. And if you're talking from a distance, sometimes it does not resonate, and the point is not driven, and you might not get that stuff that you're getting. But you have to be around what you want to change. That way, you'll be able to change it.
absolutely, absolutely. I salute your courage. I want to ask you a general question. Now, within this time frame that you were, the time under review, you have this thing. You are growing in the Labour Party right now. How were you received by, especially first by the female folk, and generally by?
Oh my goodness. I don't even want to talk about that. See, can I tell you something?
Go ahead.
I am very driven, and
Yes.
I allow my work to talk for me. So my nature helped me quite a bit. I just and that was why when I told you that I wanted to use Aju Global Media to work. So what I did was set myself up in a hotel, got all my team members and worked. So it's kind of like um, I did not immerse myself in Labour Party media. I spent my own money, my own resources working, so no one could tell me anything. But, along the line, you see folks still doing, but where God has blessed me is that when you cussing me out on a platform, I don't respond to you. I spend more time in working and churning out different empowerment programs. And that's where, how I deal with that. I don't waste my time in talking to anyone talking me down because I'm too busy trying to do good, trying to create things, trying to do projects. So what I do is the silence. And I am a loner. I want to be by myself even. So that gives me time to do what I have to do. So it's yes, and my work speaks for me because every time I keep churning out things, and that's where I'm sure where the national notice me, and they are so proud. The national, they're very proud of me, and what I do for Labour Party. They are.
Thank you very much. Hey, Larry. Uh, Here, it doesn't matter your race. We don't care about race here. You are a white man, you are a black man, you are an Arab. Like I always tell our viewers and listeners, ONN is a global movement for justice, peace, and global security. So we don't care anybody's race. It doesn't matter. We don't have to be introduced as white or black. It doesn't matter here. Not on this platform. All right, back to Ambassador Aju Elumelu. You have done an incredible job.
What was Larry's question?
You are saying I'm a white man from California. Uh,
Oh,
Trying to let him know that we don't care about race.
okay, but tell him that he's welcome, and we
Yes,
appreciate him being on this platform. Spending time with us and trying to understand
yes.
our country. So we thank you, Mr. Larry. Is it still there?
I'm not here. Maybe he might respond. Perhaps.
Okay. All right
Yes.
then.
Thank you, Larry. So like she already answered it the best way, in a nicer way than I would do.
I'm in media. You gotta watch what you say. But it's
All
okay.
right.
Everybody knows smart. But you
I'm a
are
great.
who you are. You gotta love you. You gotta love him or you gotta hate him. Period.
Good. Um, there's one thing. I've been in politics. I would say a little bit of history.
Yeah, did you not run for Senate at some point?
Yes, I ran for
I
Senate.
don't think you would have survived there.
I ran for Senate in 2019. It
Uh-huh.
was it was the best experience for me, and part of what drives me now in doing what I'm doing right now. And that was the question I was going to ask. I was going to my next question was going to be hinged on that, but I'm going to still ask you that question. See, from my experience, Nigerians do not understand that they have what we call basic human rights. And why am I saying this? Is because of how you dealt, what you told your principal, point blank,
Mm-hmm.
that he must understand that you have your own right as a human being. And then when you get into a political party where you are made to behave like you are in a cult, that is not a place for you. And that is why Nigeria is the way it is. Nigerians see serious problem, a national problem that requires bipartisanship to decisively deal with. They will still go back and stay in their extreme political realm where they are treated like they are animals and with no rights to open up. And that is why we are here. So how were you able to
Mm-hmm.
let me say the question is, how do you think we can overcome this so that when there is a national problem like the problem of insecurity right now that is killing everybody, how can we get Nigerians to share these uh, partisan views about everything, for them to come back to understand that this is a national problem of insecurity, problem of poverty, problem of hunger in Nigeria? What can we do to make the people of Nigeria understand that this is a problem that requires concerted effort for us to address?
Okay, Mr. Smart, there's
Yes.
someone asking what does ONN do? Respond to that, then I'll get back to you.
ONN is the name of our company, of our media organization, Open News Network. All right, and it's the the media outlet, for Open Nigeria, and that has grown into a global phenomenon. So that's what ONN means.
Okay, that was for Canary King.
Yes.
I don't think I'm doing your job because
No, you're already
you
part of the family, so you cannot run away from doing the job.
okay, let me answer this.
Yes.
If you look at American democracy,
Yes.
the fact that the Democrats are in power, there are certain places that must be occupied by the Republicans, that are occupied, their positions that are occupied by Republicans. But in Nigeria, APC is in power. You don't see any positions for opposition parties. That is a big problem. None of our people got any position from this government. Neither did the PDPs, except you defect. You have to truly defect to get that. So now, if you see that that's what they do, how do you think that they will have programs for different bipartisan programs? That's the problem. They just take care of their party members, and if you don't belong to that party, tough. So we are at their mercy. The ruling party, that is, any ruling party, just all the position goes to the ruling party. And if you have to have any position, you have to cross over. And it's not supposed to be that way. And that was why I knew that the Nigerian political pulse check. See, I have brought in Senator Ned Nwoko, and 30,000 people came to my show on X. I'm about to have him again. I'm about to have it again on his defection. He has defected to APC, and he said he's ready. And that's one thing, he's ever ready to come to the show. And I have had several people from PDP, even though I'm Labour and APC, and that is one thing. When I spoke to my principal, uh, he was immediately, he said it was okay. He said you are highly valued and no one should. He said your brain, nobody can stop it. And it will be wicked to stop you from any program you want to do. And that was why I stayed, because there's no way in hell that I'm gonna throw away. I have already lost 1 year in this politics. There's no way in hell that I'm gonna, things that are very are core to me, you know, um, and which is my humanitarian life. That is my essence. No one, and I'm glad that he saw through it. He said he has seen what I do, with people, and that if anything, that I need to be encouraged. He said anytime you can always come to my show. So I invite everybody, you know. So I thank God for that I'm able to do both, you know.
Great, great. And the reason you're able to do it is one, because you understand your basic human rights and
Right,
rights as a citizen of Nigeria.
right.
So majority of us don't understand that right, and that is what I have dedicated a lot of my work in. To teaching them, to making them to understand. It's a tall order, but I believe that we'll get it done to a point where Nigerians will actually place national priority above
Over.
beyond political considerations.
Right.
Thank you very much for honoring us here today and with your presence. One last question that I'm going to ask uh, of you is a general question on about the state of Nigeria. How can you summarize the state of Nigeria right now? You,
Chaos.
I'm going to
Chaos. 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 And evidence by young people running out of the country only to face challenges again in different countries where they go. Nigerians are not sleeping. Thousands are not sleeping. Some of them have just arrived. It's going to affect those that have just arrived, because what it is if you can't regularize your paper, if you cannot regularize your paper, if you overstay, you can forget it. You can be in this country 40 years and you know the deal, smart.
yes.
You come into a country hoping to regularize your paper, and they say, no, if you've come in um, as a guest, you're going to have to go back. So a lot of those that, is it Japa? A lot
That
of
was
those that did that were in the process. But I don't think that, because it takes a long process, I think, right? It takes a long process to regularize your paper.
absolutely.
And so a lot of them are now caught in between. And the only savior could be a reversal of this after 4 years. So either way, you still be here 4 years, not knowing when someone is gonna. So you can't even talk. You know how people do,
Yes.
even though they're not uh, legal, they will talk like 100 times. I have heard folks saying, I'm gonna report you. I'm gonna report you." So that's what you're gonna be getting. So the best thing is to, just take a chill pill, eat humble pie, Even when your right is being violated, you cannot even raise a voice. That's what is going on with our people right now. And that's for those that are out there.
Yes.
So a lot of them are not going to get jobs because some of the indigents, some of the citizens enjoy what is going on. They've been wanting foreigners to leave. So um, a lot of people will not have that job. So it's going to be less money in Nigeria. I have heard people, I'm not going to say who, I have heard people say, I'm just going to face my
My-
siblings. I'm no
yes,
longer going to send money to Nigeria to people. I'm just going to face my brothers and sisters, and that's it.
absolutely.
And that is those brothers and sisters that have some form of gratitude because some of them just they don't care. They don't care if you live or die or whatever that you're doing over there, over here, overseas.
Absolutely.
And then in all of this chaos, you have the ritualists, you have kidnapping, you have the herders, and this lately people are saying it looks like herdsmen are being phased, replaced by
Yeah,
kidnapping. It looks
yeah.
like Yahoo is is going
Outdated.
extinct, and
Yes.
then it's been replaced by
Yeah, they are
kidnappers.
they are morphing. Yes. Yes. Now, one more question. You know, they keep coming. Now, this talked about cancellation of U.S. aid to African countries. Uh, how do you, I would want you to react to it as it affects Nigeria because there's
It
a
has
point
affected
that
me right now because I applied for the women for 35. It has affected me.
yes,
It has affected my ability to get some money to do the project. I have been back and forth with them, but now, um, what was the aid? We're not just saying the USAID. We're
hmm
talking about aids coming into Nigeria that never gets to people that is supposed to get to.
hmm
That was another danger.
hmm
And if these monies are going into the wrong hands,
hmm
wrong people,
hmm
and evil to do evil things,
yes,
and we just want to know what it is.
they are pointing to terrorism.
They're pointing to terrorism.
Yeah, and
And
if you remember in our private discussion, how I lost my original Facebook account because of what I said about
because you raised your voice.
I raised my voice about what France was doing in Nigeria
Right.
and using Nigerians to achieve the evil of Boko Haram. Within an hour of publishing that live video, over 60,000 people watched it. And I believe they knew where it was going. So they had to stop me. And I'm so happy today I am vindicated.
Yeah. A lot of things are still gonna come up. I know about the man who mentioned that it was being used to fund terrorism. Uh, they are yet to say that he said the wrong thing or it's not true, and that some of these people that we really look up to were involved. I'm still sitting and I'm hoping to God that this is not true. That this is not true. And I just um, and then one other thing, the fact that a lot of donations, monies, grants coming to Nigeria and it's not getting to the right hands. And if it's just stopping at the helm of affairs and these grants are stopped, now we need to make our government accountable for some of our social security, social welfare, social things. So if the monies are not no longer coming in and they're being refused visas to go out and enjoy the money that is right here right there in Nigeria. So it's I think that at some point in this world, the universe will work in our favor. The universe will work in the favor of Nigerians. The universe will redirect and say enough is enough. And I see a lot of things pointing toward that. I'm just sitting. It's a lot gonna be done. And since Canada has started, I know other embassies are gonna stop, and then all those stealing money and taking outside Nigeria. I know that some of the presidents, where they're sending the money to, at some point they're going to say, you know what, enough is enough. We don't want stolen money, and that's since they're not going to give us money. They need to repatriate our money, all the monies that are outside the country. That's the long and short of it. You know.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you very much. Listeners, viewers from Nigeria, across Africa and around the world, my name is Smart Mado Ajaja. I am the anchor of Nigeria Now at ONN and the Nightingale Radio International. I, on behalf of Open Nigeria, line solidly behind the Aju Elumelu Foundation.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Going forward, we are going to be working with you and your foundation
Thank,
every of the way. So
thank you.
our support is guaranteed, and
Thank you.
we are highly honored to have you here on our show. And before you leave, I would like you to say something. And I remind the Nigerian women: if you are a Nigerian woman right now, looking, watching here, you find there is a soldier that you must line behind. It's one of a kind, not the type that you are used to, not the one that has been corrupted by the Nigerian system, because that is why sometimes some of those corrupt men will raise their fingers. The ones that we put in, they put it in, not you, we, not we. We did not put those ones in. They selected them. Why? Because they are their girlfriends. They know they can easily influence them to do dirty things for them. Now we are talking about the ones that the people, yes, the people of Nigeria want to put in power. Those are the ones, and they are not just roadside women that we are talking about. If you are one that was a roadside, we have room for you to be educated, for you to be an astute woman, like my mom was, like she is, and like many women who are lining behind her are. So today is a moment of a decision for you to say, we can do this thing right. Women are very, very passionate about what they do. Women never destroy what they love. Nigerian women love Nigeria, and I don't think that they will open their eyes and be part of the destruction of Nigeria. Those who are destroying Nigeria are men and many men, maybe perhaps with a handful of women who do not understand the value of families and who don't care about their country. All they care about themselves. Look at them from the councillor up to the national level. You see, it's a reflection. The disaster in Nigeria is a reflection of children who never had good upbringing. Yes, they are the ones destroying your country. So today you have a moment to see a brand new soldier with very clean hands, no blood in hands. I don't easily support people because I know it was my connection with her was spiritual. She called me early in the morning. I did not, I saw the thing. I said that something said, you must answer this call. And I picked it, and I'm going to work with her all the way. So,
Thank
and I want you, women, especially those who listen to me, and let's expand this horizon and make this foundation, Aju Elumelu Foundation, work for the good of Nigerian women. She's not a corrupt woman. She's not doing what she's doing because she wants to make money. Or if it is money, she has money. If let me put it up, I know
you.
you don't want to say that she has money, but I know that she's not a hungry person looking for a way, like it's typical with Nigerian men and women who want to make money for themselves. No, that's not the thing. So this is the person to line behind her foundation. If you want to know more about this foundation, go to www.theajumorganelumelufoundation.org. I hope I got it right. So
Yes.
maybe,
Mhm.
yeah. So take the final words, and then we get going. Thank you very much for being part of us.
Okay, thanks,
Yes.
Mr. Smart. Um, this is like no other fight that I've been in, and this is a fight of human endurance. This is a fight for a people who have been stomped on right in front of our eyes, marginalized by a few people who think that they are better, and that all the 50% Nigerian women can be discarded anyhow, that we're not good enough to be on the same table when the decision, even the decision concerning women, are being made by men, that women cannot sit on the same table to even say, no, this is good for us or that is good for us. That people like our mothers will live life and leave this earth without their voices being heard. That if we don't do something, the same fate will befall our daughters, our nieces, and that we have some men called a he for she, like Mr. Smith. You don't only have to be a woman to know that something is wrong because you are born of a woman. A man is born by a woman. You have relatives, you have sisters, and look at the faces of your brothers and sisters and say, um, I know my sister is smart. She can be the president of our country and what have you. And then I need to talk to the women that are attacking women, that their full time job is trying to pull down women, that you don't understand. The women you hate from afar may be the solution to your problem, may be someone that will help your generation. So you don't just see a woman. If you don't help a woman out, don't be a part of not bringing up a woman. So the woman for 35 with 5%, we're going to galvanize fellow women and support them. All those voting that you do for men, you can give some women that you know have the capacity and everything, the tenacity, transparency, accountability. You can give them your support to be someone and fight for you. Because this man that you're voting for, they're not going to fight for you or fight for your children's daughters' programs that we're supposed to be doing for women. They'll rather not. They'll rather not because they want the status quo. They want things the way it is. That women will not raise their heads. If they do, and you know what's going to happen, it's just the grace of God. You saw what happened to Okonja Iweala. You saw how they started the propaganda. They raised all kinds of things against that woman, and it was a great woman. And after she left Nigeria, she now became, see what she became to World Bank. See Dara Akunyel, see all these women, but don't allow the few women that they selected themselves to define you. Because that's what they're saying. Oh, women are corrupt too. And women, that's not me. I'm going to categorically say that that is not me. And I'm sure that's not a lot of women. Women, those that just take care of children at home. If it's 1 naira their husband gives them, they use it, they manage. If there's you can tell that women practice transparency. So we're looking for women, even if you're not this whole thing, but try and support women with capacity. We're looking for women, strong women. And so far, Mr. Smart, you have been a part of bringing in very top women to my our WhatsApp uh, uh, platform,
Thank you.
and these are women with global connection, women that have women leading women all over Nigeria, 36 states. We have a doctor who also has a female platform. It's a man. It's a man. Oh, yeah, he's a part of us. So you
Wow.
don't have to be a woman. You have to be a he for she, a man that truly supports the plight of women. And I want to say thank you guys for coming to this platform to listen to us. It's about us. Do not be a stranger. We have a WhatsApp. Um, is there a way to display WhatsApp? Is there a way number? And
Uh,
we don't do calls. We just get on just WhatsApp us, and we'll send you the link. And should I call the number?
yeah, hold on, hold on.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can have it displayed for those people overseas, like me. You can also use the code, the 234 code. That's plus 234
Yeah.
before this number.
Yeah. Go ahead and call it. I'm gonna put it. I hope it gets in there. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
0708
0708
574
574.
5465.
Okay.
And then if you're from overseas, plus 234
Yeah. Go ahead.
0708
Go ahead.
574
Go ahead.
5465.
All right. I put it in there.
And of course, www.aju Morgan Elumelu
All right.
Foundation
Dot.
.org.
All right. Cool.
.org. Let
Yeah.
me say it like Mr. Smart. .org.
RJ. Wow, wow. There such an incredible moment we had with you, and we're going to be bringing you back so every so often here. So
Thanks. I
learn more
appreciate
about.
that.
Thank
And
you very much.
please, whenever we're doing the Nigerian political pulse check, come see us. We have one coming up tomorrow, 8 o'clock p.m. Nigerian time, and that'll be 2 p.m. here,
Yeah, that's a 1
Eastern
p.m. Central. Yeah,
Eastern time,
yes,
and 1 p.m. Uh,
Central.
Central
Yes.
on X.
All right. I'll be there.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Yes, yes.
This is a good topic now.
Yeah.
A good topic. You're gonna have a ball on the show, and
All right.
Hilda Dokuba is gonna
Yes.
come
Yeah, I've
very
heard about.
volatile.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. All right.
I'll be there. I'll be there.
Okay.
Thank you very much for honoring us, and we feel highly pleased by your stellar performance as always. I didn't expect any less. Anyway,
Thank you, everybody. Even
yes,
the Americans that were with us. Thank you. Get in touch if you have to. We are one. We are one,
one, we
really.
are one people.
And
Yes,
even the man Larry from
from
California,
California. Yes,
like you said, we don't do colors, but we are one.
absolutely.
Uh-huh.
Thank you. I appreciate all of you, and my love from ONN, and we look forward to seeing you in our next stream.
All
Bye,
right.
and one love. As
Run,
always. Bye
bye.
now. All right.